Hello pop pickers, welcome back to the good, the bad and the stupid. It's Wednesday the 6th of November. Hopefully you're well after bonfire night and Guy Fawkes night. Everything went well, went swimmingly, the party went okay. No idiots shooting rockets out of their backside, I hope. I mentioned yesterday about the bonfire near me down at Lewis, where they put the effigies on of characters like public figures and stuff like that. And I said, after what Jacob Rees-Mogg said yesterday, it's a shame it's too late for him to have one made for him to put one on the bonfire. Well, they fucking had one, didn't they? They already had one. They already anticipated that he's a bit of a well worthy of going on the bonfire as an effigy. So him, Boris Johnson, and many other characters were being taken through the town and chucked on the what's it called on the bonfire. So there you go. So he was already preempted himself. He's gone into hiding at the moment. Anyway, he's been taken off the campaign trail because he's deemed a liability now because of what happened. So there you go. And there was the other lady that said that people on benefits should be put down. So they're not doing themselves any favours straight off the bat. People have fucking got ammunition on them straight away. So it's going to be a right dirty fight all the way to the finish line in December the 12th. So it's going to be fun to watch. That's for sure. I mean, obviously there's a lot of people's lives at stake in this. So it's not just all fucking laughs and whatever, but really, you just got to you beggars believe some of the shit that some of these people come out with when they're meant to be all intelligent and all fucking, they think they're all high and mighty and all that kind of stuff. But really, behind closed doors, they're fucking no better than anybody else. In fact, they're 10 times worse than most people. Fucking many people wouldn't do anything, half the things that these people do. I'm not naming any names. I'll let you fucking figure it out for yourselves. The Queen, I'm not talking about the Queen in that, by the way, but the Queen has come out and said that she's not going to be wearing fur anymore. Fucking hell, Madge, keep up. I thought this is about only 3 decades late. When did the fur campaigns all start? Long time ago, that's for sure. I think everybody had fucking given up, who's still wearing fur? Well, I guess some of these people, all the high and mighties again. I guess some of these fucking dinner parties around Westminster. I bet there's a few fur hats going on around there. Anyway, the Queen's decided to give up, and it's about time. But better late than never. We'll accept it as a positive. But she said anyway, in the small print, she's only giving up buying new fur. She's not gonna not wear the fur that she's already got. So it's almost a fucking non-starter really. So come on, you can afford just to have fucking any clothes that you want, and you never re-wear the same clothes twice probably anyway. So why don't you just say I'm not going to wear, or I'm going to... To be fair, she's on 1 or 2 items. She said she's already swapped the fur over. She's put the fur that was on it and replaced it with a fake fur. So just do that for everything. And there was something else, I think, that she had that was from a place in Norway that only uses the fur from dead alpacas or ones that have died from natural causes. So I don't think that's a problem. I don't have a problem with that personally, but it's just that people who see it would not know that, would they? Unless you go around with a banner saying this is fur, but it's a fur off a natural death of an alpaca. People are just going to go, well, if she's wearing it, I'll fucking wear it for, you know what I mean? So I guess it's all or nothing, I suppose. Or it should be all gone, is what I mean. Mark Wahlberg has come out and revealed that he supports non-league Slough. There's a big name to come in behind Slough. That's just like, because he just picked a fucking name out of a... I like the sound of that. Americans are a bit weird like that, aren't they? They just like the sound of something. And the thing is, a funny name. They've picked it, and it's just, when you're here in England, you're thinking Slough, for fuck's sake. But good. It's a plus. He's quite wealthy, quite rich, so it'll draw people to the stadium if he ever goes, and maybe he might even invest some money into it. So maybe they should, what's the word? They should suggest that somebody should. Anyway, he's giving them. What's he going to do? Well, they've got a match against Havant and Waterlooville. Oh, that's a big one. Slough against Havant and Waterlooville. Didn't even know these two teams existed. Anyway, he's sent them a message of support saying, aspire to be better and no bullshit. All right, let's go, Slough Town. I heard another guy the other day saying he was talking like all-knowing about tennis. He was talking about Djokovic playing against Federer, and he was going like, and he was talking about them as tennis players. And then he went, "Did you see that game at Wimbledon? Did you see when they played each other at Wimbledon?" And he was going like everybody was on Djokovic's back against Federer, so he liked the fact that he come back and won. And because he supported the underdog, but he was calling it Wimbledon, and he didn't get it, and nobody corrected him. So, but there you go. He was having a go anyway, wasn't he? Because Americans don't really know much about these sports, but they just get involved just because it's fashionable, maybe. I don't know, or want to get in with the Brits. You know, we want to get involved in my team, Birmingham City. But I don't think we've got any famous fans. You got fucking Prince William supports Aston Villa. I don't know. Again, and he is English, but he's as fucking crazy as an American. He's probably just picked a name out of the hat. How's he come to support Aston Villa? Who knows? But I'll probably say one side of Birmingham. Oh, you can keep him really. It's a bit cheesy, ain't it, having a Prince come to your game. We want somebody a bit cooler than that. If you please. So there you go. We're putting out a name out there. Birmingham City. Any Americans here? Put that name around. Birmingham City. Let's have some famous faces from over there come and support it. How about Joe Pesci or Al Pacino or Robert De Niro out of that new film that's coming out? Any of those three will do. It's meant to be brilliant as well. I really want to see that. Again, I'm going to struggle because it's at the cinema and it's meant to be 3.5 hours long. So all them fuckers in there eating their nachos and whatever else, you know, I'll probably be getting into. I'll start staring at them like Joe Pesci and going, "Are you fucking?" You know, giving it the good fellas, you know. Put that fucking sweet bag down before I come over there and paint some houses or whatever it is that they say. A taxpayer-funded art gallery. I wouldn't do that in the cinema. I'm a sensible person. I'll just walk out and punch myself in the face probably for going in the first place. A taxpayer-funded art gallery blew more than £150,000 on photographs of chewing gum stuck to the paper. A taxpayer, that's the Tate Modern Gallery. Is this where, what's it called? Isn't the, what's that fucking, Turner Prize, isn't that at the Tate? I can't remember. The Turner Prize is the most ridiculous out of the lot. I mean, this is a leaf out of that book, but I like it in some sense. I like with the Turner Prize because I like to try and find what the person finds artistic about it. The Turner Prize, and it's all like mad things. Like one was a guy's shed, and another one was David Beckham asleep. Videos of David Beckham asleep for snippets of it. And you're trying to find whatever, looking at it going, yeah, is it art? Are you pulling my leg, or is there art to be found here? I don't want to commit myself like some fucking idiots, Another one could be like, the joke I saw in Sex and the City when there was a fire extinguisher on the wall and somebody's going, how much is this or something, It's along those lines, You go, oh no, that's actually a fire extinguisher. That's not actually a piece of art. But in the Turner Prize, it would be a piece of art. Anyhow, these are bits of chewing gum, and they put frames around. So he took photos of the chewing gum off New York sidewalks, and blew them up, and then put frames around them. And there's all a big hoo-ha over whether that's art. Well, as I said, there's tons of stuff that don't look like fucking art. So art is, and to be honest, they don't look that bad. And they've called it space underfoot, I think, or because the bubblegum's blown up. They're all look like photographs of some kind of thing in space, like a galaxy or something. So it's quite interesting. So masticated gum. So he's got me anyway. I'm a sucker. I wouldn't buy one though. I'm not going to have a picture of bloody chewing gum on my wall. But I can see the artistic merit there. Let's put it that way. And his name's what's his name? Fashion photographer Irving Penn. New York Sidewalks. Was it done a long time ago? I don't know when it was done, but it could be him. He might be a famous photographer, so they're just there on the back of his name, because half the time the art is shit and the name is good. So if the name's good, people spend the money. Look at that blue line. I don't know who it was by, but it was by somebody who was quite famous in the artwork. But it's called the Blue Line. It was like a blue line on a white background. That's it, and it sold for 50 million quid. So, you know, that guy, somebody saw that guy coming and fucking banked his money and went, how long did the Blue Line take to do? Come on. Fucking hell, I'll tell you what, I'll get me paint. I'm going down to Ryman's. I'm going to pick up some paints and palettes and start doing some, because when these videos and podcasts takes off and they find out I'm an artist as well, they're going to be like, oh, you know, let's buy one in case he gets even more famous. 11,000 boffins of 11,000 boffins. Let's get on a more serious note. Around the world, 11,000 experts have backed the research declaring a global climate emergency. So, you know, pretty much everybody in the world are behind this, apart from Donald Trump, I guess. But the world is pretty much boiling, and we're all going to die. It's pretty much, if we don't, you know, that's the hard facts and truth of it, unless they do something fucking pretty serious to reverse what's going on. And they're recommending that everybody turns vegetarian and get rid of fossil fuels and all that kind of stuff, and stop milking it for fucking money. Make money off the changing the things to the new thing, if you know what I mean. I did see something the other day about a big meat producer in America has turned his farm to making alternative meats, and he's like, that's forward thinking. You know why that's forward thinking? Because farming, although it is like fucking destroying the planet and everybody eats it and whatever else, and it's a big business, the farmers are struggling. The farmers are getting fucking pittance because they're getting squeezed by the supermarkets, and they're not making much money on the beef and that, I imagine. So be one of the first to change to like plant-based meats, all of a sudden you're fucking top of the pops, ain't you? And you're the one making all the money. Next thing you know, you're the blue line of the fucking animal agriculture industry. So think once, think twice, think ahead of all the other idiots. Otherwise, you'll be the last man standing. But anyway, by then we might be all knee deep in fucking shit and water anyway, if the planet's sinking. So yeah, 11,000 scientists all got together and have come out with a big global voice and gone, fucking listen up. So, and also Extinction Rebellion have just won a court case to. The government tried to stop them from being able to protest, and the court case has ruled that, because they've got their own lawyers and stuff, so the court they've gone and challenged it, and it's been ruled unlawful, the ban. So they're back on the streets. So with news like that, I think they need to be back on the street. Let's take a leaf out of this guy's book. Pensioner has pedalled at 1 million miles. He's 67 years old. Russ Mantle. He's pedalled on his bike for 1 million miles. He's a bit of an anorak because he's fucking made a document of every single mileage and distance that he's gone. That's how we know he's done 1 million miles. But good for him. There's a picture of him back in 1955 as a young lad, and then there's a picture of him now on the same bike. Obviously he looks a lot older because he's 67. No, he's not. He's 82. He's been pedalling for 67 years. You know, and that's... I mean, good thing is he enjoys it, so never too late. If you change your diet, get in with the climate, lose weight, get on the thing. You might get some stabilisers if you don't know how to ride one, or you're too fat. It's never too late to change your ways. Antique jewellery worth £100,000 has been found hidden in the dead grandma's freezer. Auctioneers came in on behalf of the family, and she'd hidden loads of this really expensive jewellery in her freezer. Maybe she didn't have time to tell them when she died, or she left it as some kind of... because apparently they knew that there was something worth money around the house somewhere. Whether she'd said anything, or she just left it for them to find it. Anyway, they found it hidden in the freezer, so that's a fucking, well, it's a dead grandmother, so it's not like, you know, not too much cause for celebration, but at the same time, it's still like fucking nice find, isn't it? 100 grand. I had a story the other week about some guy who did a bid on an auction job on a probate on a house, and they got, when you win it, you win everything in the lot. You know, you win the house, you win the you win all the contents basically. You're bidding on the contents. Anyway, fucking they didn't know that there was an Aston Martin in the garage. So the low price that he paid for like a furniture bid, he pretty much put, but he got this 100 grand whatever Aston Martin car in with the lot because nobody checked the garage. So, and that one's going through the court because they're trying to argue whether it could be included. But a win's a win. So there you go. Nice one. You got to take your chances. Boris Becker, well, someone who's not up to his eyes in it, Boris Becker, his bankruptcy. He was bankrupt for a year. Bankruptcy lasts a year before they sort of sign it off. But because they found he was hiding 4.5 million of assets, and he didn't tell them about it, they've extended it for 12 years. So, you know, for the next 12 years, he can't even blow his nose in public without having to declare it to the, or not necessarily blow your nose, but he can't do anything with any kind of borrowing or anything without telling these people. So that's a fucking shame. Nearly got away with it. Close but no cigar. Maybe should just strike a deal. If I was him, get in touch, strike a deal. They're always open to a fucking an offer, I imagine. Just say, look, let's draw a line under it. I'll keep 2 million, you have 2 million. We both walk away, and then I got fucking get 10 years life back, financial life anyway. Somebody else who's well, he's probably got more money than sense. He's definitely, this guy's had a tattoo on his back of Lewis Hamilton, a giant tattoo of Lewis Hamilton all over his back. A super fan. I think he should have had no money, and then he wouldn't be able to do the tattoo. That's the best situation here because it don't look great, if you, to be honest. And he reminds me of that thing in Alan Partridge, you know, like where Alan Partridge, he's got that mad fan and he pulls his top open. He's got a picture of his face there. It'd be weird having somebody tattoo your face on their body. You know what I mean? I wouldn't like that at all if somebody come up and showed me my face tattooed on them at all. It'd be weird. I'm sure there's loads of people out there with my face tattooed on them, but they're too shy to tell me. And I've got no tattoos of people's faces. I don't know who I'd tattoo on my. Who would I tattoo on my? No, we'll have to come back to that one. Nobody. Let's put it that way. I was trying to think of James Dean, maybe, but I wouldn't. Marilyn Monroe, no, I wouldn't. But they're kind of people that would be a good tattoo. Don't make Lewis Hamilton and a fucking Formula One car and all that all on your back. I'm talking about a little one or a little something that looks a bit cool. You know. Anyway, Ryanair's made millions a day. Ryanair makes £7.7 million a day, charging passengers the extras, just for the extras. So, well, that's business, isn't it? I mean, fuck it, it's like they're too cheap to even moan about it, isn't it? You know what I mean? They're making money. They're not doing it for the fucking love of flying everybody everywhere for free. It's not like you know, it's done for money, isn't it? And if they're making money and you're getting a cheap flight, happy days. I think everybody's happy. So I think it's just when they sting you for something like. I don't know what's he for. I think he's got like the little prices here. Look, average person spends about £32 extra for extras. But some of their flights are £7. Fuck it, so it works out about 40 quid. I paid £45 just to get to Luton Airport the other week to go to Budapest one way to Luton Airport on our train. So you can fly on a return flight on some of these for that price. Rip off Britain. A hard as nails brawler is heading to Asia to fight because bare knuckle boxing is too soft for him. So he's off to fight where they do Muay Thai in Malaysia. The version with no gloves, where they use elbows, fists, feet and heads. and he said he's Scottish, so his headbutts are his strength. So he's an hard nut and a nutcase at the same time. So suits some, doesn't it? I don't think I'd last too long in it, but you know, if there's money in it and you're fucking trained, then that's what it's all about. And it's conditioning. He's fit as a fiddle. He's not like a fat one. Some of these bare knuckle ones you see him, they're just fat or big, stocky blokes, ain't they? He looks well smart and well up for it. So bring us back some trophies. And don't get playing up over there. Some people make an excuse for why they're going over to Malaysia and all those kind of places. Oh, I'm going over there for you know, yoga and all that kind of stuff. Come on, pull the other one. What's it called? Yeah, so a lotto punter scooped a lotto Euro Millions lottery winner who scooped £1 million has landed his dream job. I don't know if it's his dream job. He's landed a job that he applied for, and he's taken it as well at Flamingo Land. He's even though he's got £1 million in the bank, he still wants to go and work at Flamingo Land. I didn't even know there was any such place as Flamingo Land, but apparently it's, where is it? In Malton in North Yorks, and they put on shows with Tina Turner, Lady Gaga and Blues Brothers tribute acts. So it sounds like a right working class type of social club venue. Flamingo Land, is there any flamingos there, or is it just fake ones? I might have to get myself a visit up there. Forget bloody Disneyland and Orlando and all them places. Flamingo Land in fucking North Yorkshire, that's the place to go. Anyway, there you go. And he won't last long there. He's not going to last. He'll do it for a few weeks and go, well, you know what, I don't even fucking need to be here. That's the best, when you take a job and you just think, I ain't staying here. So you just don't really give a shit. And some people are taking it seriously, and you're just like, I ain't even going to be here in 2 months, so I'm just going to fuck around for 2 months. They're the best ones. I've done that. Some of you have done that. I'm not that professional, that's why. Cruise ship passengers have been branded typical Brits after refusing to leave their drinks as their stormy waters flooded the vessel decks. Footage shows them not leaving their drinks, and basically they said that, first I thought they was calling them moody, because that's what they normally say for typical Brits, but they wouldn't leave their drinks. So good. Well, you're on holiday, ain't you? So just fucking get up. But it's a good thing they didn't panic. They just went, oh, water's around the feet. Right, let's get up and move over to another table. They'd chuck their drinks away and fucking ran for their lives if it was, or ran for the lifeboats if it was potentially sinking. I guess they just didn't, you know. We're used to the rain. It's been raining for 3 weeks solid here, so we're used to belting down of rain or water. So we're not very good at swimming. You know, I mean, I'm from Birmingham. We're not very good at swimming at all there. But we're not frightened of a bit of water. Let's put it that way. A Hermes delivery driver filmed lobbing parcels into the back of the van has been sacked. Fucking good. You know what? About at least 20% of parcels that I send through Hermes get damaged, and I've like literally had to make claims and everything for them. And one was only done last week, so I bet it was this guy. He was like being filmed dancing and doing a dance, spinning around and lobbing the parcels into the back of the van. Luckily, it was a do-gooder who filmed him and reported him, and he's got the sack. So good. Sometimes you need some do-gooders in life, don't you? Because that guy how many parcels has he fucking smashed up? Unfortunately, they're cheap, so I have to keep using them. Britons drink 165 million cups of tea a day. That's enough to fill about 20 Olympic swimming pools. Well, it's a pointless fact. We drink more tea than we get rain, and we get a lot of rain. And tea is just our national drink, isn't it? It's a go-to thing when we need, in times of trouble. It's either tea or fucking whiskey. It's tea or beer, tea or whatever. You're either going to go down that path or that one when you've hit the skids, when life's a bit tough. You fucking head for one of them. The alcohol's the better one, to be honest. I think I feel a lot better when I get pissed than I do after drinking a cup of tea when I'm in the shit. Right, finish up on a couple more things. A brothel barge for adult entertainment could draw more tourists to a harbour town, a councillor has suggested. the X-rated idea to spice up Bideford in Devon. Fucking hell, we got Flamingo Land in North Yorkshire, and now these people want a brothel on a barge in Bideford in Devon, and they're saying it's going to bring more tourists to the harbour town. So I've got itchy nose. Tourists, I mean, sex tourists, not tourists. You know, the ones who are going off to do yoga in Malaysia. They'll be like, oh, I'm off down to Devon. Yeah, I'll be going off on a yoga retreat. Really, there's a brothel barge going on down there. So that one's been, the councillors haven't agreed to it apparently. So, but that one's still in the running. So I bet there's a couple of councillors who are like, fucking, you know what? I think we should give it a try. You know what I mean? It's only like, give it a try for 3 months or something like that, because they'll be getting backhanders, won't they? Or free tickets or something. So there you go, a brothel barge. Clever, different. I'm not saying I would use it, but I'm just saying it's like fucking, you know, some people like barges. Argy bargy. How come that one's not in there? I'm sure that was a pun of the day. That one, if they'd have said that. Randy pottery, right, I'll finish up on this last one. Randy pottery buyers are going for a different kind of Wedgwood and snapping up sex toys made out of China. So basically, somebody's making these kitsch creations, 90 quid a pop as well. And they're from a erotic boutique in Brighton, and they're making these kind of China, you know, the same thing cups and that are made out of. They're making like phallic symbols out of them, and they're basically sex toys. And she's sold out, and she's got a big order for them. So anyway, it's nothing new, because the Victorians used to have sex toys like that, and in fact they're very highly collectible. So if you ever find any sex toys in any of your grandparents' drawers when they pass away, or great-grandparents or whatever else, I'm talking about like porcelain ones and stuff like that, they're worth a lot of money. Obviously wash them first, and they probably have been washed, but they're reusable. Oh, excuse me. And they were that's how the Victorians used to do it, and before, in Georgian days, even way back. So she's basically doing a spin on that, but they're becoming very popular. So if you think of you're thinking of something to get somebody for Christmas, there you go. China, forget about the China tea set. China dildos. That's what's in at the moment, and it's from where was it? Erotic Boutique in Brighton. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.